Hey there everybody, it's Mike Delisio with another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. Today we're going to be taking a look at Shasn, the political strategy board game. Kind of a striking cover here. Well, can I get this? Yeah, we can kind of get it on in frame there. So, nothing really about the game on the back other than the list of contents. It does look like, depending upon which edition of the game you may have, you may see some different things. So, I'm honestly not sure which edition this is, if it's just the Kickstarter edition or the presidential edition. But there's a lot of Kickstarter promotional rewards in here as well. But let's take a look inside the box and see if we can get a little bit more of an idea of what the game is about. It promises political strategy. It's I don't know if you can make out, it's kind of a foiled cover there, and this is textured. You can actually feel the lines on the box, so that's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, catching some color there. Okay, here we go. Let's get this box open, see what there is to see. So, Collector's Edition Rulebook. Well, that gives us a little bit of a hint, I guess, for what we may be finding. All right, so this has very striking graphic design. That's the first thing that I notice, is that it really has a very unique look to it. All right, it says how to read this rule book. It's been split into two parts, a narrative introduction phase and a detailed list of rules for every mechanic. On your first read through, only read the top section of each page marked with a triangle to learn how to begin the game. Once you start playing, you can refer to individual sections to check for rules. So, okay, that's interesting how it kind of handles that. It also gives you an origin of the word, which is good. It's apparently a Sanskrit word that means governance, rule, or regime, and then secondarily, throne or seat of power. Here we see a overview, like a illustrated example of the setup. And it says the game ends when all possible majorities in all zones have been formed. The player with the highest number of majority votes wins the game. How do you form majorities? Well, it tells you right here. 9 zones on the board. You're going to have elections contested in each of the zones. So looks like there's going to be maybe an area control kind of an aspect to it. Influencing voters, different resources, campaign funds, street clout, media attention, and public trust. Ideology cards, and that's where you apparently get your resources, from answering ideology cards. And you've got content advisory. All right, so you maybe have some suggestible or mature themes that you can remove those before the game. So I will try to be careful when I'm going through the components to try not to put anything that might be objectionable. We've got gerrymandering here, volatile areas and headline cards, conspiracy cards, endgame scoring, order of turn, elites. So these are additional components. These are all Kickstarter promotional components that you can choose to play with. 2-player mode, it requires a 2 to 3 player board. All right, more and more optional modules, it looks like, that are part of the Kickstarter campaign. All right, so quite a bit going on here just in the basis of the rule book. It looks like there's also a scenario book here, which, oh, okay, I see. I was afraid it would be spoilerish, but I don't know that it really will be. So you've got some narrative scenarios based on player counts, 5, 4, and 3. And it looks like it tells you how to set up the board, which types of cards to put in the game, and any additional rules involved. And also, this is interesting, the level of difficulty depending upon which player you are and the cards that are applicable to that player. So it looks like there's a little bit of a system where if you have players that are experienced and maybe have played the game a number of times, maybe they would take a player or one of the player counts that's of higher difficulty, and someone that might be new, one of the easier ones. All right, well, that's interesting. And then you've got a graphic novel involved here as well. I'll just kind of flip through quickly. You see, it's kind of well, that's just what it says, a graphic novel. All right, here we've got a board, place to put the cards. This is nice, thick cardboard here. We've got some what look to be cardboard tokens, a large number of them. It does not look like there's a shortage of bits in this box. Okay, some movable volatile areas, some home turfs. These are double-sided. The cardboard is nice. The graphic design, as I said earlier, is something that I think looks pretty nice. Got a number of different color tokens here. These are the different resources. Looks like we've got ourselves a large dual layered board. Ah, I do like that. Okay, so I'm going to put it this way just so we can likely get it all on camera. There we go. So these are dual layered. All of the little white circles you see here are indented within the board. And it looks like these are our different zones, okay, within the game board. And it's got an oath of office on the back here. There we go. We've got another tracker here from stability to collapse. Okay. And we've got a number of, oh my goodness, so many cards. So many cards. But first, let's take a look at these, what I believe are going to be player boards. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure if they're player boards or not, but whatever they are, we can take a look at them. These are thick cardboard. Kind of get a sense of it there. Again, with that art that is quite striking. So these are, yeah, these are all the same. So I'm assuming these are player boards. Okay. There we go. Then it looks like we've got some tarot-sized cards here that look like they might be player cards. The different characters here, the capitalist, ideologue, and it looks like it gives you different abilities here for the different characters. The Supremo, the Showstopper, the Idealist, and then it looks like we've got player aid cards here. And we've got more large-sized cards here. These are actually larger. Just going to flip through these quickly because A, I want to be careful if there's any sensitive content here, and B, I do want to avoid if there are any kind of spoilers here. I don't know if this is a game that has spoilers, but this looks like maybe the different scenarios. Okay. I do feel like since this art is so stylized, it's going to be very divisive. People that think it looks quite good, like myself, and other people that might think it's a little bit off-putting. So that's going to be, I think, a personal preference thing. Here we go. More. These are the elites. So these were Kickstarter extras here, if I remember right. Okay. Now, it looks like we've got maybe a place to keep our resources. If I can get it open, I believe right now it's just empty. But yeah, here's a place to keep your funds, clout, media, and trust. That's nice. Put your little tokens in there. We've also got these drawstring bags, which have an intriguing sound when you hold them, meaning that there's something inside. Let's find out what's inside these bags. Looks like these are the screen-printed wooden, you can see a screen printed on the front there, pieces that will be placed upon the recessed game board. Okay, that size, it can't be a coincidence, folks. I tell you, it can't be a coincidence. It must be for the player or the main game board. I'm not going to open up all of these just because it takes some time to untie, but I can show you a couple of the colors, and you can see they all have the player symbol. Each player looks like has their own symbol. The purple one looks like to be this crescent moon, and those are the pieces. All right, huge deck of ideology cards. Oh, now I like this. Magnetic opening. That is awesome. Okay. I believe that some of these cards were the ones that were potentially questionable in nature. So I'm going to just kind of, a moment off screen here, flip through and see if I can find some that I think are clearly not an issue. Let's see here. Yeah, so it looks like there's a lot of, a lot of controversial subjects in here. You know, potentially like for capitalism. This one may not be. I'm specifically choosing one that may not be too terribly controversial. Should retailers go cash-free? Yes, credit cards are more efficient and trustworthy, or no, going cashless hurts unregistered and low-income families. So you've got the capitalist on one side and the idealist on the other. And you can see there's a number of different a lot of different cards that kind of present you these questions, okay? And it looks like, based on here, you have the question, which is read aloud, and then you read both answers, and then you potentially will earn resources depending upon the answers that are given, okay? So that's in that box. We've got a number of headline and conspiracy cards that I will show off really quickly, potentially. Yes, these are just text, okay? So I'm not going to go into all those, but you can kind of see the background of the cards here. So headline conspiracy cards. And then finally, there's a lot in this box. We've got this small deck of voters cards with a tuck box. All of these have tuck boxes. They're not all magnetic, but that's, you know, to be expected. Even one of them magnetic is pretty impressive. Oh my goodness, this one is wrapped inside of a tuck box, so going to make us wait even a little bit longer to look at these cards. And on top of that, they're not cooperating with me in the least. Come on now, cards. Here we go. And these look to be simple symbols and numbers, okay? Very easy to read, though, so that's a bonus. All right, well, look, there's a lot going on inside of this box. It looks like a game that is certainly going to be unique. I can say that. I don't know whether it's going to be a game that is for me or for you, but that remains to be seen. It certainly looks intriguing. That is Shasn. Thank you for watching another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing.